this pitching staff, it seems like you're only getting a couple, three, limited kind of action. I mean, every pitch matters for you guys. Is that kind of the mindset you take going into that?
I think it's kind of on the flip side of it, where we know that guys are going to be able to come in behind us. So if we start to get in a jam like I know that Mav's going to be able to come in and back me up. So I think it's good for starters to kind of get some more innings in like they have been, but we know all our bullpen guys are going to be solid. So I think it's just good to have a bunch of guys pitch right around now.
Do you like this platoon type system where guys are, really continually getting put in?
Yeah, I personally like it. I like that we got like 2-inning guys, 1-inning guys, and we know we can just hand the ball off to the next guy, and they're going to be able to get the job done. And we don't have to worry about just is one guy going to be able to get it done. We got a bunch of dudes who can go out there. So,
how about you personally? Where are you at? Are you pretty pleased with the way you pitched so far?
Yeah, I've kind of towards the back end of my innings and my outings, I kind of started to struggle, and like I said, Mav's been able to pick me up. So just be able to finish my outings is going to be a big thing down the stretch for me.
How about this team in general? We've kind of seen some glimpses of some really powerful hitting, and then we've seen some things too where maybe there's a little bit of a struggle. But overall, where do you see this team?
Yeah, I think we're going to keep getting better as it goes down the stretch. Hitting's kind of been hit or miss, but the guys are putting in work. You see it in the indoor, and it's kind of starting to come together. 4-0 conference play is a great start. So it's definitely there, but guys are going to keep getting better. Pitching's going to get better, and the hitters are just going to keep getting better, of course.
Yeah, and that was my next question. How big is it for you guys to start conference play 4-0? I mean, there was a couple times last weekend where, they were overwhelmed a little bit, it seemed like.
Yeah, we got out of jams, which was huge, but pitchers pitched and hitters got us the runs that we needed. So it was a great start. We just need to keep that energy going into the McCook series and then down the road to Colorado.
Maverick, talk a little bit about this pitching staff, where you guys are at, and kind of how you see this thing playing out.
I mean, as we can tell from the season what we've got going on, we've had a loaded pitching staff. One guy picking up the ball after the other. If one guy happens to get into a jam, we got the next guy up ready to go. And like Seth said, I like that we have 1-inning, 2-inning guys. Then we can kind of put a label on, hey, this is your inning, go after it. You got this inning, then the ball's getting handed off. And kind of takes a little bit of the pressure off knowing that if you happen to get into a jam and like your stuff's not really there, then you got the next guy to pick you up. So.
How big of an advantage is that for you guys? I mean, it just seems like you're keeping some of these hitters on their heels a little bit. I mean, do you feel that when you're out there?
I mean, kind of goes with our approach for pitching. We pretty much have our pick of the crop who we want to throw given the situation. If teams have a tough time hitting softer lefties or harder righties, and we can kind of pick and choose who we want to throw, and it's really nice having that amount of people that we can choose from and plan of attack how we want to attack them.
Yeah. How about you personally? You pretty happy with the way things are going so far and kind of where you're at personally?
Right now I'm pretty happy with where I'm at now. I had coming off of Tommy John last year and kind of had a long road to recovery this year, but I'm happy with where I'm at, but I'm never satisfied. So I'm always looking to keep going, and I'm really happy with the way the team's come together and played, and the pitching staff as a whole. So,
people talk about the dreaded Tommy John. What was that like for you, the rehab and everything like that? I mean, how did that go?
I mean, the hardest part for me for the Tommy John and the recovery was not being able to help the team out whenever I could, and having to sit and watch the team, and knowing that I could sit the bench and be a team guy was the biggest help factor in me. But knowing that I can't actually contribute to the team's success kind of hurt me a little bit. But that's what pushed me in the rehab stage of it. Going through every stage of the rehab, I was just trying to do my best to get to where I am now, and so I can help the team in any situation.
What's the attitude of this team? I mean, Jesus, 7, in a row, 4-0 in conference play. I mean, is confidence pretty high, or you guys still say, hey, there's still work to be done here?
Usually, the mindset for the guys usually start every game, every practice that we're 0-0, treat every opponent the same, and go after every opponent after every pitch like we're on a losing streak. I mean, we can never be satisfied with where we're going, and we always got to look to climb up the hill and get over the hill.